Where are things at after 9 now with your quarterback battle?
It's going well. You know, guys are doing real well. You know, we had a pretty good day today, and I told them I was proud of them, but we got to get better, no doubt about it. And they know that. But at least for what we've got in terms of our install and how they're operating and how they're taking care of their business from snap to snap has been pretty good. Now, like I said, do they have some problems every now and then, as Coach Frost has mentioned? Yeah, but we'll get that ironed out.
Are guys starting to separate themselves into tiers a little bit at least?
Well, you guys are aware about Patrick?
No.
He wasn't at practice, and so you guys can
Get
the lowdown on that. But the 4 guys that are here, obviously Noah can't play, but obviously Andrew Bunch and Tristan and Adrian are doing real well, you know. So we're getting those reps taken care of and making sure they get rotated through.
I guess just to follow up to Patrick, did it catch you off guard today, or?
No, but I'll let you guys take care of the business you need to take care of.
Okay. So we've got to go investigate that.
Well, how do you feel about, just the other guys at the top? I mean,
I'm sorry?
The guys who are still here.
Those 3 guys are doing real well. Yeah, you know, and like I said, we're getting those reps rotated for those characters, and when they get a chance to go in, they've been really productive. You know, their feet and their eyeballs are in the right place for the most part, and that's what I'm most concerned about. And as I mentioned earlier, do they have some issues with things? Absolutely, but over time we'll get those things ironed out. As I mentioned to you guys the other day, you know, I told them Rome wasn't built in a day, but they got 2 days. So,
with a guy like Andrew Bunch,
yes,
walk on,
yeah.
You don't know what to expect. How much does that help?
Say again. I don't know what to expect.
Well, to help with depth when a guy like that.
Listen, I don't look at Andrew as being a depth filler.
Okay.
You know, he's competing. He's doing a nice job. When he goes out there, he does some really nice things, just like Tristan does and just like Adrian does. So Andrew's a heck of a player. As far as I know, just in dealing with him, he does not look at himself as a walk-on, and he has to continue down that road and not take a backseat to anybody. Let's compete and let's go, man.
He's a pretty good runner.
Yeah, man, he can go now. Yeah, he's a dynamic young cat, and he was that way in high school.
Is Adrian adjusting pretty well in terms of the quarterback system, as well as kind of being an early enrollee? Have you seen him adjusting well?
Well, it's not just Adrian; it's all the guys, you know, because this is a completely different system that all of them had to learn from the ground up. So it's not just Adrian. Tristan's having to go through the pains of that, if you will, and obviously so is Andrew. You know.
But like in terms of adjusting to college, have you seen him adjusting pretty well?
Well, you've talked to Andrew. I mean, to Adrian, I'm sure. Yes, he's a pretty mature cat, so he's had no issues with that at all, as far as I can tell. You know, he comes into our meetings early and he's chipper and fired up and seems to have a smile on his face and a great attitude all the time. So, as far as I can tell, things are going really well. All the quarterbacks, in terms of their academic life, are doing very well right now. So I'm really pleased with that.
Had you talked with Patrick since Tuesday at all?
I had a conversation with Patrick yesterday.
Yeah. And what did you guys discuss?
I'll let you
figure
that other piece of the puzzle out, and then we'll go from there.
As Scott talked about, he mentioned on Tuesday that you'd started to adjust the reps a little bit.
Yeah.
Is that just? I mean, is that to lead up to the spring game? Is that because it's midway through spring, or is that because you're?
It's midway through spring, and so you asked me about the reps, yes, and so those 3 cats are making sure they get an equal number of reps with the 1s and 2s and all that sort of business. And if it happens that there's an imbalance, it'll work itself out at some particular point as we move through these next couple of practices. Yeah.
I mean, Tristan's a guy that, didn't come to Nebraska for your system. How have you been impressed with how he's done his best to try to blend into what you guys do?
He's done great. You know, all the quarterbacks when we first got here really adapted well from an X's and O mental standpoint, picking things up, knowing the concepts, and they all did a real nice job. Tristan's awesome. He's a great young cat. You know, he tends to be sometimes he can be a little hard on himself. So I just remind him, hey, play and have fun and do what you need to do, get your eyeballs and feet in the right place, and you let me coach the rest of it, and things will work out. He's doing good, though. He really is, Sean.
Is it similar, like at UCF when you got there, O'Leary ran a pro style?
Yes.
How similar are the situations that you're kind of walking into when you look at it like that?
They're darn near identical, truly. The only difference was the fact that we had 2 senior quarterbacks that were coming back. But in terms of the cognitive part of it, what they had to learn, it's identical. It's identical in terms of, as you were alluding to, the fact that these cats are recruited to run a different style of offense, you know. But to follow up, you know, I mean, Tristan's doing a nice job. So is Andrew.